Welcome back to the Coaches Show here on Country 93.1, live from Pints and Courts Pub and Grill on Norton Street in Muskegon. Matt Chapkus joined by Coach Steve Zerwan and the Muskegon Catholic Central Crusaders. Coach, we got Beal City, third straight week. You guys have faced an undefeated team. Taking a look at their schedule, I guess the first score jumps out to me the most. Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart, they scored a 61-0 victory, and then went back at them again, 38-0 victory in the district final. But other than that, how has their level of competition been this season?
I don't know. I can't speak for teams like Everett and Pine River and Pinconning. I don't think the quality of football up north, in all honesty, is the kind of the same level that we play down here. But sometimes you don't get a choice in who you play, and your conference is your conference sometimes, and that's your schedule, and you've got to play who's in front of you. So the teams they've played, I'm sure they've just tried to do the best they could against them, and they put up a tremendous amount of points. I know that. I know there's something like 49 points away from breaking the all-time record in the state of Michigan for points scored in the season.
Really?
And, yeah, they are.
It's like 725 or something, isn't that where they're at about?
I think they're at that. Maybe the record's in the 760. The record was actually set by, I think, the 99 Orchard View team.
Okay.
That won a state title, that scored a ton of points in the Wing T that year. At the same time, I can say pretty confidently I don't think they're going to score 49 on us, but I just kind of points to the fact of it's a quality team, and they put a lot of points up and haven't given up very many, and I guess that's what you'd expect to find in a championship game.
Yeah, absolutely. What's been their, I guess, what kind of offensive package do they feature, and what's kind of their bread and butter?
They're very, the base stuff that they do is very similar to the base stuff we do out of the full house backfield, and then they do a little bit out of a split back package that features a tight end and a flanker to one side, and then two backs in the backfield and a split end to the other side. So, and then they one of the things I think we were a little bit more surprised on when doing our kind of our film work this week and studying on them was that they throw the ball quite a bit.
Okay.
And they got a pretty nice little package. They got a receiver that they like to throw up to, who's about 6'3", and something like that. I think you could kind of see how that would give teams problems. So again, they run just kind of some base stuff, a lot of off tackle, a few traps inside. But again, their passing game is something that kind of caught us off guard, that we didn't know maybe coming in, that they had maybe thrown the ball a little better recently than they had in years past when we played them.
Yeah, it looks like their starting quarterback's got about 1,400 passing yards this year, 20 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. We've seen quarterbacks that have had decent numbers before, and then you get them on the field and they get pressure and their arm's not so good or things like that. What kind of quarterback are we looking at here with Kirk Gross?
He's okay. He's just in that stat, as gaudy as his passing stats are, I think he's somewhere around 17 total yards rushing for the season. So I know he's not a running threat, more of a passing threat. He throws a nice ball, and it's. I look back to they were in the state finals last year versus Harbor Beach, a very good Harbor Beach team that we ended up playing. And just the way the game unfolded, they got down and had to throw quite a bit. So, if you're kind of looking at before the game and playing out scenarios, and if we get, a few things happen for us good in the beginning of the game, we know that we're going to have to play some pass defense. So that's definitely been something that we've worked on this week, and, just the 2 days of practice that we've had so far is just doing drills and making sure we're in position to play the ball and making sure we're in the proper defensive alignment to play the ball when it's in the air.
Okay. Who are you using for your quarterback on the scout team this week?
Who am I what? Oh, this week?
Yeah. Who's on the scout team? Who's running?
Christian Martinez.
Okay.
Yeah. He's done a good job. Christian's been our JV quarterback. Nick could do it, but Nick works in so much, and he gets reps on defense as well. So,
right.
Christian's got he throws a real nice ball, gets rid of the ball quickly. The thing is, we've been in the gym all week. It's just not, there's no point going outside with the weather like it is and the fact you're going to be playing indoors. So, it's not like you're asking the guy to throw the ball very far. But
right.
at the same time, he's done a real nice job, really all postseason, running that scout team role for us on scout team.
Okay, then they have a 1,000-yard rusher by the name of Ty Rowland. He's actually got 1,140 yards, and he's got 23 touchdowns on the season as well. He averages 11 yards every time he touches the ball. What kind of runner is he? Is he a speed guy, power guy?
A little of both. He outruns some people, but again, you're looking at the level of competition and who he's outrunning. He's kind of a compact kid. I think he's about 5'8", 180 is what they list him at. They tell me he's Beal City's all-time leading rusher. And All-State came out today, and I saw he was one of the All-State running backs. So you're dealing with a quality kid, and Beale City with a pretty strong program in the past to be the all-time leading rusher. He's carried the ball quite a bit, and I'm sure he's very capable.
Now they have a second guy that's got just over 1,800 yards by the name of Hayden Huber. He wears number 7.
800 yards, yeah.
Okay, is that kind of their change of pace back, or?
Yeah, they run similar things if you watch us play, where they'll give a ball to one kid and they'll going one way and give the ball to the other kid going the other way. And then when they're in the T formation, which they run, you don't know which kid's going to get the ball. So yeah, they're not like they're in an I formation and they're just giving it to one kid every single play. Okay. They like to move the ball around a little bit between the split back and the full house look.
And then defensively, what kind of setup do they run defensively?
They're normally in a base 4-down lineman.
Okay.
A 4-down lineman, and their base defense is very, very similar to our base defense. A base 4-4 with 3 deep defensive backs, 1 deep safety. They've mixed some man concepts in, I guess, in their defensive coverages, but they mostly play some zone. And their left offensive tackle is also their right side inside linebacker. So they play one of their bigger kids inside. And sometimes that works out good for teams if you can funnel things back inside and have a big guy inside making those tackles. And that's kind of the scheme that they have. Their ends tend to play kind of head up if you give them a tight end. And the ends kind of want to contain things and bring things back to the middle. So, I know a comment and just reading up on them, their coach thought this was one of their quickest and fastest teams they've had.
Okay.